Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing very well. Today's viewer requested video is from Ginger Spy 2, the True Lies bridge attack. Can you please do an analysis of the Harrier 7-mile bridge scene in True Lies 1994? I'm guessing that's the name of the bridge. I don't know. I'm not in America, so I don't know what it is, but let's go and have a look. So this is a friggin' awesome film. In fact, we should specify, if you haven't seen this film, obviously go and see it. This is where the baddies are running away in a few box wagons along the 7-mile bridge in the Florida Keys. And Arnie, who's like the best action hero ever, called in two AV-8Bs who are going to come and shoot it up, which is going to be awesome. Sorry about the sound, but they're diving in. One's peeling in, and I've got to have a look at that ordnance. What we've got on each is a AGM-65 with an IR Seeker head. That's all I can see. So I'm going to assume, because it's single mounted, I'm going to... no, but that doesn't specify. I'm going to assume it's a G model because it's a 1994 film. That's the best I can assume. It's IR and it's the latest, the G. That is a small gauge rocket pod there on the next pylon out. That is an AIM-9 Sidewinder on the outer pylon, and on the inside I think I see the gun, the GAL 12 or whatever it's called. Yes, that's definitely the gun there. Right, so let's see. There's the baddies. In we go in for a strafing run or whatever. Oh, that looks so cool. No CG there, guys. That is all effects, pyro effects. They must have had a string of explosives in the thing. Just amazing how good that looks. So they missed the van, but they're now the bridge, which looked frigging awesome. Don't know how they... There must have been an old bridge that they were getting about to blow up or something. I'll see. I don't know. Done it again. Oh, we got hits on the thing. How did they film that shit?
The bridge is all models.
It's models? It's not models. Look, I'm going back.
They either did models or they did a false surface.
Can't be models. It looks so good.
Oh, that's not models. No.
No, that's a real
that's not models.
Bridge that they're blowing the shit out of, basically.
Yeah.
I get the feeling there was maybe... Oh no, someone can research if they have time. Maybe it's an old redundant bridge that they're allowed to blow up. But it's amazing. That's all good stuff. So the GAL 12...
The bridge is blowing up. That's a model.
Well, okay. So I think it's a GAL. It's a GAL 12, isn't it? Someone. Okay, they're getting a... It's not a Stinger. That is a SA-18, isn't it? SA-19, sorry. Yeah, SA-18. Igler. I think that was an Igler. Or was that a Stinger? It was an Igler, which is the equivalent of the American Stinger. He dodges, and is he going to flare? Okay, now that's an interesting thing already. I didn't realise... Tanky says it's a Stinger. Okay, well, it's one of the ground-based, ground-to-air. Interestingly, he went for him. I had a smoke trail, all of which is right, and he dodged it purely by evasion, which you can actually do it in Harrier. If you come off the gas, in DCS at least, you come off the gas, you can fall it like that without flares. We're going to have another look at that, I think. Yeah, that would indeed blast that guy out the window, or, you know, destroy him. Out he goes. Ouch. So he jigs the missile. Pretty cool stuff. Obviously, that was a front aspect, so that missile was coming from the front of a Harrier. It's just not that hot from the front aspect of a Harrier. So it is it's possible what he did there. Hold. Up we go again. Coming in again. I love those. Oh, Mavericks. Wow. I wonder if that was real. I'm going to go back because it just looked too good to be real. There was Mavericks going off.
To me, it looked like a model.
Oh, I don't know. It looks so good. Bearing in mind, this
did a good job.
This is pre-CG. You know, if it was CG, you'd know it looked shit. In 1994, you're just getting the first CG movies coming out, and they look terrible. So missiles are out. We've had a look at them earlier. They're single mount. Pretty sure they're Golf models, and they're smoked, obviously, and they're going to do something. That bit isn't real. Those missiles twisting, it just doesn't look real. They don't move like real Mavericks. A Maverick will actually come from a top and dive down onto a target. It won't come down here and go side on. But obviously, it's going to look sick. Whatever's going to happen. Bang, bang, amazing. So it went dang, 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 and hit the bridge. Awesome, but we've got a few problems there. In fact, why don't we run it? We'll run it to the end before we critique. So I guess the smoke trails must have been added in post.
Yeah.
Okay, they're doing some stuff. Non-aviation related. Okay, it just falls off and blows up. And then Harrier's going to land. Look, let's just skip to that bit. Harrier's going to land. Tell me it's got Arnie in it. Tell me it's got Arnie in it. And everything will be okay. That's a real landing on a road, which is batshit crazy. You don't get any videos like this nowadays, not these millennial videos. Brilliant. Let's just check for accuracy the loadout. Stop. You can see the Mavericks have gone. And you can see the low gauge rockets are still there, the sidewinder's there, and the gun's still there. So it's all really good. Why he's got, I was about to say his refueling probe out is, but it's not. It's just the way it sits. So let's go back to those. I just want to see firing those Mavericks again and how quickly they were salvoed off, or rippled off. Actually, I think they were. So, bow, 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 bow. No, they are definitely not real missiles being fired. And there's two reasons I can tell you for that, but I just want to try and catch it at the right time. I can see them drawn over a blank pylon. I don't know if you can see what I'm seeing there, but you can see pre-CG. I can see them drawn on to the top. You can see how they don't overlap properly on the pylon there. And that pylon is extended longer than the real pylon. Apart from common sense, because you just wouldn't allowed to be fired these live ordnance against past a helicopter. You can just tell they're not drawn on right. You see how that clipped through that pylon there on that frame? Just not possible. So they are fake, but they look great. The other reason I don't think they could be right is, did you see how quickly they salvo them? They go bang, bang, left, right, like that. I'm pretty sure you can't do that in an AV-8B because you have to lock up your target with a seeker head, which is an independent seeker head, on that, or slave it to your T-pod, fire, and then you've got to cycle over to your next one and aim that at the target and fire. Now, I'm not saying that takes a long time. You know, you can do that maybe in a couple of seconds. But the ripple time is like quarter of a second or something. It's just going to have one more look. Bah, bah! So it's almost no time. It's like a quarter of a second, which I'm almost certain just isn't rippleable in a real Harrier. Correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I've seen, I'm pretty sure that's not right. Next, we've got this. Stop. I'm just looking at our stream now. They said that they've got behind the scenes footage and they just had rocket pods launch. They said in the behind the scenes footage they had rocket pods on those inner pylons and they painted kind of pre-CG painted on the AGMs in post. So that's how they were there. Obviously none of this is real. You can tell the smoke trails just aren't right. They're way too strong and missiles can't do this, as we said. The next problem is that these are IR guided missiles. We're going to assume that they're the Gulf model. These are IR guided missiles, and they need to, unless they're going to be force correlated, then they need to lock onto a discernible object. So a discernible object would be that vehicle there, through the IR sensor. So they could lock onto these vehicles here and attack them, but not the bridge. The bridge is not a discernible IR target for reasons: A, it's not pumping out any heat; B, it's too big. You know, it's not an object that you can see in its field of view. Now that said, this type of Maverick is a late version IR Maverick, the Gulf, and it does have the ability to what we call force correlate. That is to override its IR sensor and use its INS, if you like, guidance system to take it to a specific point that is not a certain target. It's called force correlate. We have that on our A10C, so you can basically put, for instance, the T-pod, aim our targeting pod in a position on that bridge or in the sea or anywhere, in the sky if you really want. Well, maybe not the sky, but everywhere else. Just a point, not a target. And you can correlate that Maverick onto that position, i.e. force it to that INS, Inertial Navigation System position. However, at least in our AV-8B, at the time of making this video in DCS World February 2020, you can't force correlate a Gulf Maverick. Maybe we'll get that later. Can you do it in a real Harrier? Don't know. I would need a real AV-8B pilot to tell me that. I'd guess maybe, but I don't know. Certainly in the A10C we can. So what I can do, the closest I can get to that is shooting a discernible target in DCS, which is going to be that van there. So we're going to shoot a target and maybe we'll force correlate a AGM-65 Gulf from an A10C. That's all I've got to show from here. Maybe we'll have a look at the explosions. Obviously the explosions are real, but these are just painted in afterwards, the Mavericks. It still looks amazing. It looks good as any CG that I've seen. So they must have remote controlled that truck over. RC thinks that's a model. I'm struggling to believe it's a model. It looks so realistic.
It's a model.
We've got a disagreement problem there, obviously. I think they blew a real bridge up. There'll probably be some...
That's a model. This is not a model.
Well, there'll probably be some making video out there, but we're such short time at the moment, we don't have time. But very good. That is that. Let's now jump into DCS and see what we can mimic. Okay, we're in now. RC is in an A10C, from which we can force correlate. I am in a AV-8B with my IR Mavericks. Just one thing I did notice is that they had clear heads on the Maverick in the video, which might actually suggest they're optical rather than IR. However, in DCS we don't have optical on the AV-8B, and we're going to carry on just in the safe thought that we're going to assume that they're IR. Anyway, let's go RC. Near enough. Master arm on. Air to ground on. Main menu. Stores. IRMV, sensor control switch forward. No, cage on cage, sensor control switch forward. And what we can do then is move this little trap around, find the bridge, there it is. But we need to wait until there's some baddies on it, and the baddies have not reached it yet. So I'm going to do a quick circuit.
Thanks for the asymmetrical load.
Mate, that's okay. JD says he can't find your dress. Where did you put your dress? You know, because you're a girl, a bitch, a whinging bitch, I see.
Wow.
I'll make sure I cut that out of the movie, don't worry.
Hostile.
Hostile or...
I see them. They're on the bridge.
Oh, they're on the bridge. Right. Stand by, valued viewers. As I go in, power up. Yeah, I see them. Right, let's see if we can get a track on these little monkeys. Stand by. Oh, I see them. I see them. Right. They're on the bridge there. See if we can get them. Yeah, I got one. I got the lead guy. Right. Wait until we're in range. We're 6 miles out, so that's too far away. You can see that the tracking gates have closed around that little target, if you can see in the middle there. 3 miles and in range. And cap is rifle. And it's going to be splat. Looks like we caught him just... Our bridge isn't quite 7 miles. Kaboomy! That's that little guy. Yeah, that's that little guy toasted. Right, so that was showing how we can fire at a hostile. Would you like... Are you ready to show them how to do a force-correlated attack on the bridge, RC? Okay, force-correlate that shit, JD. RC. Hey, off she goes. Off she goes, sir. I can see it. I can see it. Looks distinctly like it's going to hit the guy instead of...
I didn't lock the guy.
Oh, did he go? So, right.
Oh,
so,
there it goes.
Yeah, let me just... So, instead of aiming for the guy, he was actually aiming for the bridge between the guys, and that was how to force correlate. Now, just purely out of interest, in my ship here, I think I can do kind of between the thing. I'm not sure it's supposed to do this, but in my Harrier, I can sort of force correlate it. I can actually lock the bridge like that. I don't think that's true force correlation, but I can actually shoot at the bridge. Can a real Harrier do that? You know what? No idea, but it's cool. Get some. And that's going to be a direct hit. Anything else? Oh, look, there's a guy that's floating. Wagner! Anything you want to add to that True Lies analysis, RC? Boom!
Nice.
I did kind of force correlated there. Look, it went down for me. Right, oh, some gal. Thank you very much for the gal, sir. I hope you enjoyed that, and see you later.